Hey, it's your morning guy, Scott Kaye, live in the Eagle studio here on tape. And joining me in the Eagle studio is a guy that works in the Eagle studio. He's Joe Skare, our midday workforce rocker. Come on in, man. Hey, earlier this week, they announced the class of 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I made some notes. You and I have some varied opinions upon some of the inductees this year.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden inducted in their 50th anniversary, so they had to wait 50 years. The band have released 41 albums, 17 studio, 13 live, 4 EPs, 7 compilations, released 47 singles, 21 video albums, 2 video games among the British heavy lineup for this class. But all I really remember is 82's Number of the Beast. That's the most well-known, probably, album.
That right.
They played over 2,500 live shows and counting with Bruce Dickinson and those guys. I think they totally believe, I believe they totally deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, myself, even though nobody ever played any of their music on the radio.
Yeah, but they got a huge following, and like you said, all those live shows, and sold a lot of records. So they're rock and roll. Definitely rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely. Phil Collins, of course, previously inducted as a member of Genesis. First time he's inducted as a solo artist, kind of like Clapton. Many of those other guys, all the Beatles are all in solo as well. But his solo resulted in more than, along with Genesis and solo, more top 40 singles than any other artist throughout the 80s. 4 major albums, Face Value, Hello, I Must Be Going, No Jacket Required, But Seriously, some of the biggest albums of the 80s. So definitely as a solo artist, that was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
And why it wasn't done before this, I don't know.
And he started out leading in the vote getting too, and then was
and then he got beat out by New Edition. What the hell was that? Come on, people.
Yeah.
Get your stuff straight. Sade, recognized for their blend of soul and jazz. Her name, Helen Fosade Adu. She's actually the principal songwriter and lead vocalist of the band named Sade. So it's an actual band. They played Live Aid. The debut album, Diamond Life, had Smooth Operator and Your Love Is King, 2 big hit singles. 92's Love Deluxe, I owned that one. Had No Ordinary Love on there, Kiss of Life, and Cherish the Day, all hit singles. Better than New Edition in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I must say.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know that I would classify Sade as rock.
No.
But still, pop music, a lot of pop hits.
Oh, yeah.
They were super popular, sold a lot of tickets, sold a lot of records, too. So
Easy on the Eyes.
I don't really have an issue with Sade.
I really don't. I mean... Herb over even Dolly Parton even, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Wu-Tang Clan, first-time nominee, hip-hop band, not rock. Wu-Tang Clan never had a single reach the top 40 on the Billboard U.S. Hot 100 chart. While they received massive critical and commercial success with albums, again, they're not rock and roll.
No.
And, any R&B Hall of Fame, Rap Hall of Fame, Music Hall of Fame, sure.
Yeah. Well, and we had a conversation earlier this week off the air about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and kind of thought, it should be, if they're going to do this, it maybe should be just called the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, maybe.
Instead of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And Luther Vandross, first-time nominee, R&B icon, tons of hit singles. I can see him even before Wu-Tang Clan, for crying out loud. I mean, great singer, too. Billy Idol. Well,
can't argue with Billy Idol.
No, you can't.
I cannot argue with that. It's like Phil Collins.
Yeah, he didn't have that many seminal albums, really. A lot of hit singles. I mean, Rebel Yell, Dancing with Myself, White Wedding, all still heard on the radio to this day. The guy's still out on the stage. Steven Stevens is a great guitar player. Great rock band. Punk, yeah, sure.
Yep.
But it's rock and roll, man.
Yep, you got that right.
And he also, a guy that, starts taking crack to get off the heroin. If that ain't rock and roll, I don't know what is.
and almost died in a motorcycle crash.
Yes, exactly.
He's led a wild life.
Yeah.
So. And he deserves it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Joy Division New Order, again, another British entry, far more popular over there. They've won a ton of NME awards, all kind of British awards. They've won a ton of them. But they weren't even played over here. Yeah. Nothing over here. So I don't know why they're messing with British bands like that when we've got other bands, Atlanta Rhythm Section, other bands that are American bands that,
But they're worldwide. It's not just, the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's worldwide, I guess. So,
but then we got special inductees, Early Influence Award, and I agree with this one, Graham Parsons, the Byrds, Flying Burrito Brothers. And, of course, he was the one that introduced Keith Richards to the country sound and rock and roll. And even though his 68 album, the one with Sweethearts of the Rodeo, it got really crappy reviews in 68, but that's because they were ahead of their time. The rock critics didn't get them. And since then, I think and country music has totally ignored him. So I think he should be in that category, early influence, sure. Mm-hmm. Now, as a regular inductee, still, again, a lot of rock bands should be in there. And then there's Linda Creed, R.F. Martin, Jimmy Miller, Rick Rubin. Those are all producers, musical excellence awards. And then Ahmet Ergen Award goes to Ed Sullivan, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I think
Ed Sullivan had a lot of rock acts and broke a lot of them to the nation on his television show. So.
Had a lot of R&B acts before anybody else was having black acts on TV. Yeah. Ed Sullivan was promoting them, and I think he should be in there because he was a great purveyor of rock and roll back in the 60s with his Ed Sullivan show. And if you haven't seen that Ed Sullivan documentary, it's really good. I thought he was an old curmudgeon-y, like, you know, he was a really cool dude, you know?
Back in his day.
So there you go. That's kind of what we think about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I was thinking about this 2022 article in Cleveland.com. It's called, and you should look it up, and I'm going to put a link to it below the video on ktgl.com. But Cleveland.com had a 2022 article called The Great Rock Hall Purge, which Hall of Fame inductees don't belong. And they went from the beginning of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and showed what bands should not have been picked. You know, they probably should have picked other bands. I mean, hell, Garth Brooks was only inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, I think, in 2005. June Carter Cash, she just got inducted last year. I mean, the Country Music Hall of Fame only inducts 3 people a year. Very exclusive club. The Baseball Hall of Fame, sometimes nobody gets into those.
Yeah. Anywhere from 1 to 5 usually with the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I think, 8, and those are just the performers. We had 8 performers and then all those non-performers.
Yeah, so I think it's like 15 total.
Pretty big class.
So it's pretty big class. So I think maybe what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame could do is be a little more selective each year, not have as many inductees. I do like the Sidemen category, the early influence. Those are all great, but man, get some more rock bands in these.
There's a lot of them still waiting to get in.
So there you go. That's our take on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2026. A few of those artists you will hear on the Eagle. So check out that Cleveland.com Who Should Be Purged from the Rock Hall article. I've got it posted right below the video here. And check that out. It's a very interesting article, and I agree with a lot of it. Just different criteria they had for actually getting into the hall. So, hey guys, thanks for listening to the Eagle. Me, Scott Kaye, in the morning with Joe for a couple hours, and Joe in the midday. And we're going to keep playing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame artists that are in our genre.